Mornings with Jaresha is a radio show and podcast here to equip, empower, and elevate you to the next level by helping you win your mornings and win your day with inspiration and motivation so you can wake, slay, pray, and take action. Today is a fabulous day to be great, have great, and do great. You just have to be willing to unleash your greatness and take action. This show is for everyone from all walks of life who just simply want to feel empowered and motivated to take the next step. Now, let's get it. Let's go. Mornings with Jaresha begins now. Welcome and welcome back to Mornings with Jaresha. So, on this show, it's all about waking, praying, slaying, and taking action. I want you to be able to execute on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. And how are you doing? How are you doing? How is it going? How are your days? Are your days productive? I mean, how are you? How are you doing? I'll tell you, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I'm working on some really great projects that I'll be announcing very, very soon. But I'm doing very, very well. And I'm extremely excited to jump right into the breakfast breakdown today because what I am loving is uh so my loving is a little different this morning because I I have the TikTok app. I love the TikTok app. I don't scroll on TikTok or any social media, but when I either get sent a good video or come across a video that I'm like, okay, this is hilarious or this is good information, I definitely feel like TikTok is it's a great platform. Now, I I'm trying to think. It wasn't recently, but it was some months ago that someone sent me a TikTok recipe and I was like, ooh, TikTok recipe. Okay, I need to check this out. So, guess what? Not only did I check it out, I actually made it. And then there were other recipes that followed. So, I'm really, really loving the TikTok or the side of TikTok where there's recipes. I love it. I mean, when I tell you these recipes, and I forget who the chef was that actually, had put recipes on his TikTok, but when I tell you it was absolutely amazing, and I was like, "Oh, this is good," because I've always been a Pinterest kind of girl looking. If I'm looking for a good recipe, good ideas, I'll hop on Pinterest. And so now that I know that TikTok, you can kind of do the same thing on TikTok. It just is absolutely a game changer. So I'm loving all of the recipes. I'm kind of hooked, y'all. I'm like hooked a little bit. I'm really hooked just a little bit on the ideas and suggestions that you can get from some of the TikTok recipes. So, I don't know if you're on TikTok like that, but know that TikTok, you can get recipes. Like, who knew that you can get on there and get some really great recipes? What I am learning, what I'm learning my goodness, I feel like I'm still in the mode of becoming her, and I will be. Like, this will be forever my journey of becoming her and really walking into the highest version of me and what that looks like. And so, with that being said, each and every day is an opportunity for me to walk into that thing, for me to embrace it, for me to just love it. And when I say each day is an opportunity, that means that there are going to be people, there are going to be situations, circumstances that come up that I'm able to really put that to use. And I really think that's a good way to put it. So I'm learning how to really put this idea of becoming to use each and every day in those situations, in those circumstances when we may not even think about, what would the highest version of myself do, or what would I, how should I respond to this situation or this circumstance? And so I'm really learning more about myself and how I have witnessed
just the power of self-discovery, and how through that journey you just learn, you implement, you take action, and then when situations come up, you're like, oh, this is exactly how I'm going to handle this, and you do it with no problem. And I love it. Okay, let them be who they're going to be. If it's a person, if it's a situation, let it be what it's going to be. But guess what? You control how you respond to it. You control how you react to it. And when you really think about it in that perspective, it's like mind blowing how, if you're in traffic, guess what? You don't have to respond with road rage. If if someone has cut you off, or, whatever the situation, circumstance maybe, has ticked you off, had something happen, and someone says something wrong to you, guess what? You get to choose how you respond. So I'm really learning. I'm learning and I'm loving this part of becoming, because, like I said, it's an opportunity each and every day for you to become and walk into your definition of what becoming her or becoming him means and looks like for you. So I'm loving that. I'm really, really loving it. And what's making me feel empowered, my goodness, when I tell you, each and every day, I literally feel just empowered on a whole nother level. And I know that comes from the self-development, like the things that I do to grow myself, the people I'm surrounded by that's helping me grow, that's supporting this growth. And so it really makes me feel empowered. And so when I was thinking about this today, I'm like, what is that one thing that really makes me feel empowered? And I'll tell you, it's networking, it's connecting with people, it's having podcasts. Yes, it's being able to connect with people no matter what the situation, circumstance is, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's over the phone. Like, literally, I was on the phone with someone the other day, and it was the repair. Like, we needed to have something fixed on the house, and so I literally was on the phone with someone that was in the office of the repair place, right? And we had the best conversation. When I tell you, you would have thought, if you walked into the room, that this was one of my, like, old friends. And that's how the conversation was. When I tell you, when you speak to people, when you bring good energy, people will flock to you that has the same energy that you're giving off. So I'm absolutely feeling empowered by those that I'm connecting with, those that I'm networking with. And it really, when I tell you, it empowers me on a whole nother level. It empowers me on a whole entire level. So I'm loving that. I'm feeling empowered today. And I encourage you to connect with people, connect with people that's going to support you. I think that we say this. I know I'm not the first one that has said it. You see it all across social media, all across the internet. It's important to surround yourself with people, that brings value, the people that's like-minded. However, when you try to find that community, sometimes it's like it's really hard to find. So understand that I hear you. I know how hard it was for me when I was looking and on the search for another community, that I really feel like, like, we have communities that have like bits and pieces. Like, I feel like you really can't get everything that you need in one particular community or one group. And so I'm a part, don't get me wrong, I'm a part of some amazing communities of women, of entrepreneurs, of business owners, of like-minded people, amazing communities. But if you're in a community and you're still feeling like, ugh, I really just need to find my people, let me tell you.
Are you ready to unlock your maximum potential and elevate your Boss CEO journey? Join the Boss CEO Challenge, inspired by the best-selling book, Unlocking Your Maximum Potential, a 30-day devotional for boss CEOs. So, what is a boss CEO? A boss CEO is a visionary leader, motivator, and influencer who takes charge, inspires others, and drives their life and business towards success with confidence and innovation. In this transformative 30-day challenge, you'll dive into powerful devotions that will provide you with actionable insights to supercharge your boss CEO skills. And the best part, each participant will receive an autographed copy of the book, making it a keepsake on your journey to success. But that's not all. You'll also gain exclusive access to engaging videos and live events designed to help you truly unlock your maximum potential. This challenge is exactly what you need to do to connect with like-minded boss CEOs and share your growth experiences in our supportive community. Don't wait any longer to elevate your business and transform your mindset. Click the link in the show notes to join the Boss CEO Challenge today. Unlock your potential, connect with a community of achievers, and step into the Boss CEO you were meant to be.
So excited because I have been in this building phase. I've been in this building phase. I've been listening. I've had focus groups. I have been reaching out to clients, really trying to figure out what it is that everyone feels like they're missing, including myself when I was, out there looking too. And so I'm extremely excited for what's coming. And so I just say, buckle up, and just get ready because I really want you to be a part. I really do. I want you to feel like you're empowered. I'm not on here each and every episode just saying things just to be saying it. I genuinely want you to feel like you're being supported, feel like you can get inspired, motivated, and be empowered by people who truly believe in your success and want you to succeed. And that is the difference because I have been a part of communities, I've been a part of these organizations where they say, they really want you to be successful. But when it comes down to it, not so much. Not so much. You either have a bad interaction with someone or, whatever it may be. But know that I hear you and it's coming. It is definitely coming. So I'm super excited to share that with you. But I want to really just dive right into what I want to talk about today, which is on this idea of unlocking your maximum potential, because I really feel like, as I've talked about becoming her and this whole idea of unlocking your maximum potential, and I talked about just a little bit as far as my book that that'll be launching as well. I really want you to to really just understand how important it is for you to step into the unlocking your maximum potential, unlocking your greatness that is within you. And so today let's talk about letting go of what's holding you back. And it's so very powerful because we all have things that we're holding on to that we shouldn't. We have things that we need to say goodbye to, and those are things that no longer serves our greatness. And we may be holding on to things that never served our greatness. And so, yeah, there's a difference, but we should be letting go of things that no longer serve our greatness, and then things that never served our greatness, right? And I'm sure you can think about some of those things. And instantly, when I said that, I know there was something that came to your mind, right? I know for me, when I was even thinking about and processing what am I going to speak about today, there are all kinds of things that came into my mind, all kinds of distractions that we have that is keeping us from really walking into who we are created to be, walking into that, unleashing that greatness that I talk about, not just on this show but the other show as well. And I often also mention how, in as we're on this journey of unlocking our maximum potential, because let me just say this, many of us don't even see the greatness that is within us. There's other people that see the greatness in us, and we have a hard time seeing our own greatness, which that's a whole nother show that I probably will talk about, because I'm so passionate about you recognizing how amazing you are we're so quick to point out, oh, this person has this, they have that, and yet we won't stop and look at all of the greatness that is within us. And as a matter of fact, we won't stop and look at the greatness. We are out here, saying, oh, I need to go and do this to see if it's gonna bring out the greatness in me. I need to do this. Like, we are out here, really investing. And don't get me wrong, hear me out. There's nothing wrong in investing in yourself. However, however, some of us have this shiny object syndrome where we're over here, oh, this looks good. I think this will work for me. No, that looks good. Let me go over here because I think this is going to work for me. And so we're looking for all these different things and not realizing that we have everything that we need within us. We don't understand that we have greatness within us. You have everything that you need within you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a coach. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a support system, a team. I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in yourself. What I'm saying is, if you're continually to invest in this program, that program, this program, let me do this one, let me do that, and you are just, that is your cycle, that is your pattern, and it's not working for you. You're looking for something, else when you have what you need within you. So I'm going to give you 3 points, as I do each and every episode. 3 points for you to really lock in on. 3 points for you to write down, get it, and then take action, because that's what we do. We execute on our goals, our dreams, and really walk into our purpose. And in order for us to do that, you have to lock in. You have to lock in to understanding what your maximum potential is. You have to lock in to understanding what becoming that highest version of you is. And it's all about unleashing your greatness. So I'm going to give you 3 points, just 3 points today that's going to help you on that journey. 3 tips for letting go of what doesn't serve you, letting go of what has never served you. And again, going back to when I first said that, I'm sure something popped into your mind. Guess what? You need to write that down. Write down the items, the things, even the people that no longer serve you or that never served you. And maybe you're saying, okay, what does that mean? What does it mean if they no longer serve me or they never served me? If they are not helping you, what do they, we know what they say. If they're not adding to you, they are subtracting from you. And some of this stuff doesn't really have to be just defined and broken down like we feel like it does. What is serving you, what isn't serving you. And guess what? You should write that down. Write it down, because how can you begin to say, I'm going to let go of what's holding me back. I'm going to let go of what no longer serves me. I'm going to let go of what's never served me, if you haven't even processed, got clear on what that is, and written it down. And you know what? Just for the sake of it, if it helps you to write it down, ball up the paper, whatever you need to do, throw it in the trash can, whatever is going to work for you, then guess what? I say do it. Sometimes we need to have things like that. That's a part of our lives that we do to help us just process and get the visual of letting go of that thing, letting go of that person, letting go of that situation, letting go of things that is no longer serving you. And so, one of the things that I feel like is so important to talk about along this journey is how we have our negative narrative, right? We have those things that it may not be a physical, person that is, hurting us. And when I say hurting us, hurting our purpose, it doesn't have to be a physical hurt. It can be someone that's not supporting you. But we have those negative narratives that we, play in our minds, we speak out to each and every day. And that's a part of one of the first keys that I'm going to give you, and that is identifying those limiting beliefs. you need to identify those things. So identify the limiting beliefs that you're holding on to, because that's what you're doing. You're holding on to the belief that you can't do something. You're holding on to the doubts and I can't and all of these limiting beliefs that we hold on to that stops us, that's holding us back from walking into our greatness, that's holding us back from executing on our goals and our dreams. And like I said, walking into our greatness, you have to identify what those limiting beliefs are to unlock your potential. You have to recognize the beliefs that limit you. So we carry these narratives, so often we carry these narratives that are formed in our childhood or influenced by others that dictate our abilities. Let me tell you something. I can remember when I was, this is going back a little bit, but just go with me. I can remember when I was in high school and I was really struggling with public speaking in high school. And, that was at a time when we had to have a speech class and everything else. So when I tell you, I was terrified. I did not want to get up and speak in front of the class. And so a teacher once told me that because of that, I would never be a great communicator. Now, imagine a teacher saying, in a roundabout way, you have to you have to walk into this, and because this is a struggle, you'll never be a great communicator. And so I could have really internalized this message and, really shied away from anything that required me to speak. But guess what? I did not. There was something in me, and there were people that I was surrounded by, my parents and, other people that encouraged me not to believe that. And so I decided to really confront that belief in reminding myself that I am in control of the narrative. And so I'm saying this because you are in control of the narrative. Then that was my public speaking, journey. And of course, that started when I was in high school, which is really interesting for me because, of course, after that, I went on not to just speak, but also sing in front of all kinds of people, hundreds of people. And so what is the narrative? What is the narrative that you need to control? What is it that you need to identify? Because we all have these limiting beliefs. And when we think about, oh, what's holding me back, we don't think about those limiting beliefs that's holding us back. But guess what? That belief in you, whether you believe you can or you can't, it is so true. Whether you believe you can write that book or you can't write that book, guess what? If you believe you can, then it's done. If you don't believe you can, then you will never, ever write that book. You will never, ever launch that business. You will never, ever step out of that comfort zone. So make sure you identify those limiting beliefs. Pull out that notebook and write it down. Write it down. Write it down. I can't say that enough. We need to think on paper each and every day. Now, the next point is looking at the relationships that you have. Because if we can be completely honest, and I'm not speaking on, like it doesn't have to be necessarily like a husband and wife, a boyfriend, girlfriend, like a significant other relationship. It can be a relationship that you have with a friend. It can be a relationship that you have with a business partner. Relationships, we have to surround ourselves with the right people because in doing so, it is crucial for our personal growth. It's crucial for you unlocking your maximum potential. See, when we have toxic relationships, it depletes our energy and keeps us from reaching that highest version of ourselves, keeps us from reaching that peak of ourselves. Understand that when I say you have to look at who is no longer serving you or who never served your purpose, that is very powerful. And I can remember doing this for myself several years back. and really getting clear and making that list. Again, pulling out that piece of paper and saying, let me put these people that's in my circle on this piece of paper and really look at who's adding value to me, who is subtracting, who is really supporting me. It makes a difference. And then the tough part then is when you look at that paper and see who's on what side and then have to make a decision. Have to make a decision about removing yourself from that relationship or that connection. That is that I listen, I get it. I definitely understand. But let me tell you, when I was it wasn't all the way back to high school years, but when I think I was in my 20s and I had a friend who was constantly like belittling my ambitions. And so like this person was really insisting that my dreams were so unrealistic and doubting like how are you going to do that? And I don't know if you can do that. And when I tell you just the whole energy that surrounded this particular relationship, it was supposed to be a friendship. But when I sat down and really realized and thought about it, it wasn't. I finally understood that this relationship was not serving me. And so I began to distance myself from that negativity. And on the flip side of that, I found the people who were mentors and supporters who really believed in my vision. And when I tell you, it made the difference. It made a huge difference in me pursuing my goals and me pursuing my dreams and walking into my purpose. So, the people you surround yourself, they should lift you up, not bring you down. And if they're bringing you down, guess what? It's time for them to go. You have to distance yourself from that. You cannot move forward with your dreams, your goals, and walking into your purpose if you have someone that is holding you back. If you're constantly giving your energy to someone, I can't tell you how many times I've had to pull back from drama, how many times I've had to pull back from negativity and negative energy because it depletes your energy. It depletes your energy. And then you have nothing to give. So we really have to be mindful of that. The third and final point is we have to really embrace this change for growth. So I know change is it's uncomfortable, but guess what? It has to happen in our lives. It is so it is a powerful catalyst for you to grow. It is a powerful catalyst for you to walk into who you are created to be. And so, what does that mean, Jaresha? That means it's time for you to let go of those old habits. And you know the habits, you know what that looks like. And if you don't, guess what? Pull out that same piece of paper and begin to write down those old habits, those bad habits that you have that you need to get rid of. You know, it wasn't until it was some years back when I actually did this and how I was like, it was an aha moment for me when I realized I'm like, oh, wow, wow. I need to like these are my good habits. These are my bad habits. And I need to work on these habits. And when it's something about when you see it on paper. That's why I tell you you think on paper because when you get to writing it down and you see that these are your habits, it's like, oh my. Yeah, I need to work on these things and I need to get rid of these habits, especially if you're wanting to grow, especially if you're wanting to really unlock your maximum potential. You see, in order for us to unlock anything, it requires work on your part. It requires action. You can't just sit around and just be like, you know what, I'm going to unlock my maximum potential by sitting here and binge watching this show all day long. Guess what? That's not going to unlock anything in you. Matter of fact, it's not going to unlock growth in you. It is not going to do anything. We have to stop thinking that things will just happen automatically for us. Growth does not just happen automatically for us. You can't unlock your full potential, it's not going to automatically unlock. You have the key. Hey there, busy professionals and small business owners. Are you struggling to keep track of your tasks and projects? Do you find it challenging to stay organized and focused with all the chaos of daily responsibilities? Well, we've got just a solution for you, Todoist. Todoist is a powerful to-do list and task manager designed to help professionals and small businesses like yours streamline their tasks, projects, and so much more. Imagine having all your tasks and projects neatly organized in one place, easily accessible whenever you need them. With Todoist, you can boost your personal and team productivity, enhancing your efficiency and focus throughout the day. I personally use Todoist every single day, and it has revolutionized the way I manage my work and stay on top of my priorities. If you're looking for a tool that will genuinely help you get organized and stay focused, Todoist is your answer. But don't just take my word for it. Try it out for yourself and experience the difference. The link to try Todoist is in the show notes. Trust me, you won't regret it. So, what are you waiting for? Click that link in the show notes and start your journey towards unparalleled productivity today. That's Todoist, where your to-do list becomes a done list. You have the key to unlock your maximum potential. You have the key to say, you know what, this thing here is no longer serving me, so it's time for it to go. This thing here never served me. It's time for it to go. And you have to stand firm in that thing. Stand firm in it. So when it comes to change, your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. When are we going to really get that? We have to get it. We have to get it. We have to embrace it, and I like to say we have to marinate with it, but don't marinate with it for too long because it requires you to do something. It requires you to do something different. It requires action on your part. So you know, I have to end with this, and I'm not going to draw out today's episode, although I feel like I can go on and on and on and on. But the three keys that I gave you today was identify your limiting beliefs, identify those limiting beliefs, release those toxic relationships, and embrace change for growth. Those are three keys. Three things that you can begin to do today. Just take one and say, you know what, let me identify these things. There are so many action items that I gave you today. So many that you may have to rewind this back and then write them down. So many. And it's important for you to do it because, again, as you unlock your maximum potential, it requires you to do something different. It requires more of you. It's just a matter of if you're willing to give more. Are you willing to give more? See, you are not limited you are not limited by anything except for your own limitations. So you're not limited by the opinions of others, of the, maybe fear that may plague you, those limiting beliefs that I talked about. Understand you are not limited. We put limitations on ourselves. We allow other people to put limitations on us as well. Understand that you have greatness within you that is just waiting. It's waiting to be unleashed. And so it's time for you to wake up. And I say that you heard that in the intro of this episode. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up and declare that you will no longer let limiting beliefs, you will no longer let any toxic relationships or the fear of change hold you back from your true potential. Listen, you have a decision to make. Are you going to stay stuck? Or are you going to rise up and claim your greatness? I believe it's time for you to break free because you possess the courage, the strength, and the vision to live a life that breaks barriers and shatters ceilings. So let go. Let go of what's holding you back. Let go of those things that's no longer serving you. Let go of the things that never served you. Because what I know is that you're destined for greatness. You just have to be willing to rise to the occasion and let the world witness that unstoppable force in you. Now, each and every show, I say, I hope you're ready. Because I do. I hope you are ready. I hope you are ready to unlock your maximum potential. I hope you are ready to unlock your maximum potential. I had to say that twice, y'all, because when I tell you unlocking your maximum potential, that idea of becoming is so powerful. This has been, I mean, it's been a longer journey than 2 years, but when I tell you it has been a journey each and every day that you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about unlocking your maximum potential. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to execute on your goals, your dreams, and walking into your purpose. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Mornings with Jaresha show. Follow me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube at Jaresha Moore. Email Jaresha at empoweronpurpose.com and text 937-938-6373. And have a great day on purpose.